young people are sending smoke signals. We've not used them in a while. We've not used them in a while, and so it's a bit confusing. But they're actually sending signals that all is not right.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, and that is why we are so taken aback by it.
So what you're saying is the schools are burning because our homes are burning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just that we've been so pacified, and I say this unfortunately, even when we need to speak about things, we don't.
Yeah.
Because we've been routined to keep quiet. You know, when the boss says stand, you stand. When they say sit, you sit.
Yes.
These young guys are not from that school of thought.
Just 2 days to the end of November. Good afternoon and welcome to KBC Lunchtime News on this Sunday afternoon. My name is Njue, and Anwangeshi will be our sign language interpreter for this live cast. Of course, you can be part of the broadcast via our social media platform. Of course, we are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on Twitter. Now, straight to the news. Police have launched a manhunt for suspected bandits who raided a village in Marakwet and killed 4 people before driving away an unknown number of livestock. Marakwet East Deputy County Commissioner Jackson Oreni says the attack on at Kapkobil, I beg your pardon, has heightened tension in the region, even as he called for calm as police work round the clock to recover the stolen animals and bring the suspects to book. Tensions remain high in parts of Endo Ward in Elgeyo Marakwet following yet another spate of killings by suspected bandits.
Leo nasikia ya kwamba kuna watu wangu walicross, watu wa upande wa kwangu wa Pokot bandits walicross River Kerio na wakaenda kuattack upande wa Tot na kuiba no number of livestock na pia kuua watu. Kuna watu 4 nasikia mili yao ilipatikana hao.
The latest incident has left 4 people dead and dozens of livestock missing.
Tunaomba wenzetu ambao wako upande wa Marakwet wasiorganize revenge. Sisi tuna mpango ya kukutana na hao watu wa upande wa kwetu, tuongee na wazee waende watafute hao mifugo, na huwa tunatumia wazee na mifugo inarudi.
A section of area leaders have condemned the attack, urging residents to remain calm as security forces work to bring order.
Sisi na condemn ile uwizi ya mifugo na hali pia kupoteza maisha ya watu wetu kwa sababu ya mifugo ng'ombe. Jamani, tunasema tubadilishe njia ya kujijenga na kujimudu kimaisha. Watu wengi wamepoteza maisha yao kwa sababu ya hao wachache ambao wanaharibu usalama katika sehemu yetu.
Jamani, hakuna mahali tunaenda kwa hii mambo ya insecurity. Unaona kidogo amani ikikuja tunaenda mkutano, mkosita. Insecurity narudi, tunarudi mpaka mwisho. Tutafanya hii time mpaka lini kama Wapokot?
Just weeks ago, a mother and her 2 children were gunned down by suspected bandits as they tended to their farm. The latest killing brings to 7 the number of people killed in the area in the month of November. Political aspirants and voters in Embu are pleading with the National Assembly to amend the Elections Finance Act that required them to be audited after elections, whether they win or not. The leaders noted after elections, many were left with debts, and it was unfair to start auditing a person who is grieving. The requirement was suspended in the year 2017 general election and is to take effect in the year 2022 elections.
Central Imenti MP Moses Kirima, who is a member of the Committee on Implementation and Oversight, said the committee is collecting views from the public on the election financing requirement before tabling its report in Parliament. Kirima, who chaired the subcommittee touring Mount Kenya East, said they also intend to amend the law to ensure political nominees come from areas of representation.
Yule atakuwa nominated wa lazima hawe ni mtu wa huko kwa sababu ndiye anaelewa mazingira ya huko.
Mbere South MP Geoffrey Kingangi, a member of the committee, observed that the requirements to have an election committee and open a bank account for political aspirant was punitive.
Wengi ambao wanasimama si kwamba wako na pesa, na si kwamba wanachangiwa. Hata ukichangiwa labda relatives ama wale mlisoma na wao ni kidogo kidogo hivi tu, hakuna pesa za kuhesabu. Mara nyingi ukitoka kwa siasa unatoka ukiwa na mandeni. Unless watasema watalipa hiyo mandeni, hakuna kitu ya kuhesabu pale.
Meanwhile, former Funyula MP Dr. Paul Otuoma has called on ODM party leader to form a formidable coalition with One Kenya Alliance principles to help him clinch the presidency in the next year's general election. He added that the OCA principles should be allowed to consult and negotiate with like-minded people to form a strong coalition that would win the election and form the next government.
Again, go back, sharpen our tools na turudi tena kuinda. So mimi nitakuwa naunga mkono hiyo azimio ya kuleta Wakenya pamoja, na hiyo azimio pia ya kusema ile timu ambayo imekuwa na baba isizambaratike, tujaribu tuirudishe, ili kama Uhuru wameleta aongezee tu kwa zile sisi tulikuwa nazo, ili tuweze kwenda pamoja.
Elsewhere, Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen has faulted the formation of new small tribal parties across different regions in the country ahead of next year's general election, claiming such moves will create divisions and cannibalize the country. Speaking in Kacheliba during Women Groups Funds Drive, Murkomen asked Kenyans to be cautious on small parties without the national outlook mushrooming across the country.
Sisi tunataka kushikana pamoja kama Wakenya, tuunde chama ya taifa mzima yenye sisi wote Pokot, Marakwet, Rift Valley, Coast, Western, Nyanza, Central, tuko pamoja kama Kenya, Wakenya, kama tumeunganishwa pamoja. Tusipotoshwe na siasa akituingia chama ambaye party leader, secretary general, sijui chairman, wote wanatoka village moja. That cannot make Pokot great.
From that political spin, persons who have encroached public lands meant for dams and water reservoirs have been asked to vacate voluntarily. Water Cabinet Secretary Cecily Kariuki said land grabbing had made it difficult for the government to deliver on its promise to avail water to households, urging those who have taken part of land meant for Kanyiri Dam in Nyandarua to vacate with immediate effect.
In Nyandarua County during a groundbreaking ceremony of the Kanyiriri Water Dam, the CS warned that encroachment of water areas was hampering the government's effort to offer water to Kenyans. She said the dam, which occupies 15 acres, has been grabbed, urging those who have encroached to vacate voluntarily.
Nyinyi tusije kuwa ni sisi tunasumbuana na mambo ya environment, tuwe ni watu responsible.
The CS said the exercise allocated 20 million shillings, which will be complete in 2 months and is set to benefit over 55 households in the first phase. She called on residents to join hands with the government to ensure the project succeeds and benefits the locals who have been going for a long distance to fetch water.
Moving on, the Orange Democratic Movement Party has urged aspirants in Mombasa County to rally behind their supporters to register as members to enable them participate in the party primaries. A section of aspirants had alleged over push by some party officials for the use of consensus in picking candidates for various seats. The aspirants say all ODM members must be given an opportunity to vote for their preferred flag bearers.
The race for ODM party tickets is gathering pace in Mombasa County, with the mode of picking candidates providing fodder for hopefuls and members alike. While some aspirants allege overplot to lock out some of them, party officials maintain that party primaries will strictly be about numbers.
Chama kina structures zake. Chama iko na structures za election, National Election Board, kuna disciplinary committee, kuna na mambo mengine tele ndani ya chama. Kwa hivyo ikiwa wakati wowote unahisi ya kuwa huna raha na chama, naomba ufuate utaratibu uliowekwa.
ODM Mombasa branch chairman Mohamed Hamis said only registered ODM members will be allowed to take part in the nomination.
Mchujo wa chama utakuwa ni wa party members. Watakaoweza kuparticipate katika nomination process ni watu ambao wamesajiliwa na chama.
ODM has cautioned aspirants against political insight, warning of dire consequences on anyone found in breach of code of conduct. For Lunchtime News, I'm Ruth Wamboi.
Moving on, over 2,000 women and youth in agribusiness from 8 counties in the country will get a share of 2 billion shillings to boost their enterprises from the European Union under the Kenya Climate Innovation Center program. And according to Felix Maganju, the director of the center, the initiative is targeting 300 enterprises in the select counties to benefit from the kitty. Agribusiness programs in 8 counties are set to benefit from the KCIC program, which has already started in Kiambu, Isiolo, Kilifi, Machakos, Meru, Kisii, Bungoma and Uasin Gishu counties. It will later be rolled out in other counties across the country.
We look at a business owned by either a woman or a youth aged 35 years and below. And the second criteria is that it must be across various value chains in agriculture.
Among the categories of groups eligible for financing include small microfinance enterprises, SMEs, community-based organizations, CBOs, cooperatives, early-stage companies and self-help groups engaged in agricultural enterprises, and with the considerable number of women in leadership and membership.
So under the Agribusiness program, the strategy is to ensure that we have, in total in the country, is to have 2,400 women and youth, agribusiness enterprises. And that means if you take that number of 2,400 divided by 8 counties, ideally we're supposed to have 300 enterprises per county.
David Lemayang, a youth with a poultry farm business, said the grant will assist him build better structures for his poultry business.
Through the application that I made to the Agribusiness on the improvements of my structures and to get at least a modern poultry house, and so that at least I can have a modern poultry farm.
Before they came, I was a startup. So I was really trying hard to identify markets, what can I add to my products. After they stepped in, I was able to do my branding. I've been able to supply to supermarkets, hotels, here within Isiolo and outside Isiolo County.
And the World Bank has $1 billion Kenya Development Response to Displacement Impacts Project KDRDIP for a period of 1 year to allow the communities and the government complete the works, which was interrupted by COVID-19. The program, which covers Garissa, Wajir and Turkana counties, has been anchored on improving the livelihood of communities hosting refugees.
Speaking during a tour of several development projects in Lagdera and Dadaab counties, World Bank's team leader for the project, Matt Stevens, said the COVID-19 pandemic had created gaps that must be compensated by a 12-month extension. Stevens, however, said the World Bank is undertaking a performance audit of the project. Through the funds that are intended to improve the welfare of the communities, Garissa County got the lion's share of 4.2 billion Kenyan shillings, while Turkana and Wajir got 3.3 billion Kenyan shillings and 2 billion Kenyan shillings respectively. For Lunchtime News, I'm Zainab Said.
And to something to lighten your Sunday, 15 FM, a vernacular radio station, an affiliate of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, broadcasting in the Somali language this weekend, took its Meet the People tour to populous Isli, Pangani and South Sea areas of the city to interact with its fans. The opportunity saw locals who have supported the growth of the station mingle freely with presenters who thanked them for the support.
Today, 15 FM, we conducted Nairobi Road Show. Our road show was fruitful. We started in Isli, and we went to South C, we went to South B, we went to the entire Eastlands, and then the culmination was at Isli towards 5 p.m. The reception was great. We were welcomed by the Somalis and also the non-Somalis. And 15 FM is, as you know, is one of the brands of KBC. It is an household name that's known by every Somali across the board, whether in Northeastern or also in Nairobi. We are very happy because most of the people that we interacted with during our road show, they know the presenters, they know the kind of programming that we have. They also suggested some new programs that we need to include into our schedule in the near future.
Away from that, 300 plots have been set aside by Eden Park Land Buying Company for the international community who want to invest in Kajiado County. According to Joseph Njoroge, chairperson of the company, the interest from the diaspora investors has forced the company to think beyond the borders. Those who have benefited from the investment hailed the company for making them realize their dreams of owning homes at affordable prices.
Najua nikikwama kule kwa barabara mtu
iko wapi kwa nini
787
yangu ya kusema vijana hawa asiangalie ya leo, waangalie kesho, kwa sababu wanakuja kuzeeka. Ile kitu umepanda leo ndio utakuja kuvuna siku ya uzooni.
Sijaona akiwa na ukora wote wa vile watu wanasemaga wanauza plot. Ukienda kuangalia chini unaona ni umeuziwa hewa. Vile tuko hapa sasa, hizi plot watu wameonyeshwa bacon.
Naomba Mungu wa provide funds ndio tuweze at least pia sisi kujishikia mahali hapa, kwa sababu watu wengi hapa hivi ni investors.
We have quite a number of diaspora clients, more than 2,000 diaspora clients from US, UK, Switzerland, Germany, even UAE. We have na title ziko ready, ziko kwa jina ya kampuni. Tunatoa tu kwa jina ya kampuni, tunaweka kwa jina ya mteja ambaye atakuwa amenunua, na itachukua muda wa siku 90.
Matter security now, where two middle-aged men in Kericho have been arrested for masquerading as police officers and trying to steal from a boda operator. The two had introduced themselves to the rider as police officers, demanding to have the motorbike keys on claims that the rider had violated traffic rules, prompting a scuffle which attracted other boda operators.
Nixon Ngetich, a boda operator in Kericho, escaped falling into the hands of alleged conmen masquerading as police officers.
Nilikuwa naendelea kuongea na mwenye fiatu ya hiyo fiatu yake. Huyo jamaa mwingine akatokelezea mimi, akaniuliza hii
mwenye pikipiki ni nani? Nikamjibu ni yangu, akaniambia weka kando kama achumechukua kifunguo.
Ngetich had parked his motorbike at the market to run a few errands when he was approached by the two who allegedly demanded to be bribed.
Niambia sasa nitakusaidia aje? Niambia itabidi tu ndanisamea. Kwa jamaa akasema sasa hiyo ni ngumu. Akaniambia sasa toa kakitu. Toa punch.
Walikuwa wamemnasa mtu wangu mmoja wa boda, wakamuitisha mask, wakamuitisha sisi tuko na identification number ya stages, pia wakamuuliza wewe pikipiki yako ina namba, unafanya stage gani? Huyo akajibu mzuri akidhani ni askari.
Boda operators in Kericho, however, say such cases of police impersonators harassing innocent Kenyans are rampant.
Nimepata incidents kama hizo karibu 4.
Na walikuwa wanajifanya kuwa polisi. Lakini tumewanasa, tumewaambia watu ya bodaboda waendelee na kushirikiana na sisi katika kutambua wahalifu.
Kericho OCPD Caleb Wesa said the apprehension of the two will help reduce the cases. The two suspects are being detained at a police station in Kericho, awaiting to be arraigned in court.
At about 18 minutes past the hour, we are due for our first break, but don't go away, we still have more news, including the latest from the world of sports. Keep it KBC.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email newsroom@kbc.co.ke, call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
We take it on at the right time.
Honorable Musalia Mudavadi.
The Honorable Mutahi Kagwe.
Chief Justice Martha Karambuko.
This is KBC, is the voice of Kenya.
Asking the right questions.
I don't know how it made you feel as speaker who is presiding over a house where members can be compromised with 10,000 shillings.
We keep our guests comfortable. A mission to ensure our audience gets a complete story.
For a few hours or so, I thought this is it. My end has come.
If really we want an end of this pandemic, we must fight.
Our goal, to tell it as it is for the benefit of our viewer.
And I'm sure we will have good discussions.
All right.
That will make probably your viewers understand KDF better.
With 21 radio outlets.
During a live interview on KBC TV, Chief of Defense Forces General Robert Kibosha.
Jaji mkuu kwa mara ya kwanza katika mahojiano yake ya kipekee na runinga ya KBC Channel 1.
And 2 TV stations covering over 90% of the entire country. The message always gets home. KBC, the home of on-air TV interviews.
Welcome back and thanks for keeping it KBC. In other news, youth are being challenged to enroll in polytechnics and other technical institutions to get practical skills. Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology Principal Dr. Daniel Mutai says the labor market world over is now shifting focus towards practical-based skills and not white-collar jobs.
Speaking during the commemoration of the World Day of Remembrance for Traffic Victims, Dr. Kimutai said it was worrying that the country's educational systems are churning out more quantity surveyors, engineers and architects than the number of skilled artisans such as plumbers, masons, electricians and painters.
And it is our desire as an institution to ensure that the drivers we produce, the instructors we produce, understand that There are many users of the road.
Dr. Kimutai said the world is now looking for technical skills for odd jobs that are now in plenty and not desk officers. During the event, the Institute, in collaboration with Kenya Defence Force, the Kenya Forest Service, Equity Group, International Tree Foundation and Wezesha Trust, planted 10,000 trees. For Lunchtime News, I'm Zainab Said.
In sports, Manchester United will be looking forward to register a win in the post-Solskjaer era when they travel to Stamford Bridge to take on league leaders Chelsea this afternoon. Meanwhile, defending champions Manchester City will face West Ham United, hoping for a win that will move them back to the second position.
Sunday's Premier League action rounds off at Stamford Bridge with a mouth-watering heavyweight clash between Chelsea and Manchester United, where both teams are hoping to register masterclass performance. Chelsea's defender Ben Chilwell may need surgery after a knee ligament injury during their win over Juventus, with Mateo Kovacic also out, and N'Golo Kante is highly unlikely to feature after twisting his knee in the midweek, but Romelu Lukaku may return to the squad. Manchester United captain Harry Maguire is suspended, and Luke Shaw could miss out again with a head injury. Fred and Edinson Cavani are both doubtful, while Rafael Varane and Paul Pogba remain unavailable. In another match, defending champions Manchester City are hoping to register a win over West Ham, which will see them back to the second position.
They'd have been worried at first.
In the Spanish La Liga, Barcelona struck twice late on to snatch all 3 points from a sprinted Villarreal side in La Liga, while Juventus lost at home to Atlanta.
An interesting match, Chelsea versus Manchester United. My director, Amos Ongweri, is a staunch supporter of Team Chelsea, but he has jitters over Manchester, a resurgent of Manchester United. Anyway, Liverpool and Arsenal registered huge wins yesterday, so that's quite a tantalizing match. My name is Bentro Njue, and Anu Angeshi has been our sign language interpreter for this live cast. Thank you indeed for joining us. Have yourself a blessed Sunday afternoon.
Take a musical trip around Africa right here on KBC Channel 1. Every Sunday on Afro Vibes.
Because this is the hottest show right now.
We give you a musical cocktail from North Africa, Central Africa, West, South and East of Africa.
We are live and we are loud.
Where party today? I want to show them my attitude today.
Your Sunday will never be the same again with
DJ D and
DJ Leo on Afro Vibes.
Your musical passport to Africa.
Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself.
as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful, we are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello there and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Able Differently. My name is Jen Theuri and it is my hope that you're having a great afternoon. Let's get started.
We're differently abled, differently.
And other non-governmental organizations have teamed up to create awareness on disability issues. A great milestone has been achieved. However, some parts of the country still remain behind due to a number of factors. The Northern Nomadic Disabled Persons Organization has taken up the task of reaching out to the nomads community. Every year, they organize the Desert Wheel Race and use this opportunity to sensitize the community about disability-related issues. Let's see how this year's event went down.
Northern Nomadic Disabled Persons Organization, NONDO, held the annual disability awareness event, the Desert Wheel Race in Isiolo, from the 21st to the 23rd of October. The 3-day event was marked by having the National Disability Conference, the Desert Fashion Gala, and the Desert Wheel Race. The National Disability Conference was on its 9th edition and is a platform where stakeholders discuss issues affecting persons with disabilities.
When a person with a disability has this card, the National Council card, they are only exempted when they sleep in the ward. That's the inpatient charges. But for any other charges in card, in outpatient, they will be tasked to pay. So maybe we're looking in a situation where we can advocate all the charges can be exempted. And then barriers in mobility, in accessing health facilities. Under health, we also have limited number of rehabilitative staff.
There is need for all of us to agree on this terminology. People talk of people with disabilities, others talk of disabled people. And if you look at the current trend, the current scholarly trend in the world, there are serious debate on these terminologies. People with disability and the disabled people. What is making these people to be disabled? It is the society where these people are living. Challenge us, all of us, that before anyone discriminates you, you must have discriminated yourself.
Presentations during the conference are geared towards gauging the milestones in finding solutions to where there is a lag.
A deep need to have an outfit that exclusively advocates and speaks for the well-being of persons with disabilities among nomadic communities. Communities that are always on move and marginalized. 1 year after the birth of Nondo, my brother's borderless story gave us the idea of using sport to unite warring tribes and also highlight disability issues among nomadic communities, an issue that is largely placed on the peripheries of issues due to cultural stigma. This led to the birth of the Desert Wheel Race, ladies and gentlemen.
Pollution was supposed to enhance the participation of persons with disabilities because there are provisions in the Constitution which will ensure that there will be political representation of persons with disabilities in all the devolved counties. However, we must realize the fact that law is one thing and the practice is a different thing. Things were not as per the Constitution. If you find that the law provides that there will be 2 persons with disabilities, 1 male, 1 female in every county, I think according to the County Government Act,
The theme for the conference was mainstreaming disability issues in governance and leadership towards an inclusive general election.
The theme for this year's conference, as I was told, was very timely on what the country can do to mainstream disability issues in governance, especially now that we are heading to the third election under 2010 Constitution. Despite the many rights, as the chair of the caucus has enumerated, according to the person with disability under this Constitution, the challenges continue to hold us back from fully participating in the democratic processes in this country that we all love.
Harun, who is immediate former CEO for Nondo, promised to continue supporting Nondo.
The council, we will continue to partner with you and other disabled persons organizations to uplift well-being of persons with disability across the country.
The chairman of the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, Peter Mushiri, also attended the conference and took the opportunity to highlight some of the work done by the council.
Process for persons with disability, that is the core mandate of the National Council for Persons with Disability in this country. But the regulations and the laws which are there to govern and to streamline